Hi, everybody. Welcome to this another edition
Meet
of
Asana, a work
of
management platform that helps
uh-oh.
companies get more done and save more time. Teams can stay connected while they track updates and visualize timelines. Asana, a smarter.
Sorry about that. Welcome to this special edition of 49ers Live, afternoon version. This is the Tuesday edition here at the Starbucks here in San Francisco's Lower Heights district here in San Francisco. We're on here on satellite digital media or on 49ers Live on both YouTube and on Facebook as we're live here on this final day, the final day of 2024. And as we look back of as the 49ers fall into they end up falling to the Detroit Lions last night on Monday Night Football by a score of 40-34. As the Lions with the Niners fall, the Lions hand the 49ers their sixth loss in the last 7 games, and their sixth loss in the last 7 games. The Niners fall to 6-10 of the season, 6-10, and then Lions now improved to 14-2. They 13-2. This is their best record in franchise history, setting a new standard for wins. 13-2. They have continue to set records for the season. The while the the Niners, of course, are just playing out the schedule. As we welcome all of you on Niners Radio 49, we're going to have a short show today. We're going to start it off. Of course, a lot of you know, in case you missed it earlier today, Brock Purdy have some inflammation in his elbow. The injury is not that serious. It's not that bad, but he will be shut down. He will not play in Sunday's finale against the Arizona Cardinals. Kyle Shanahan, they're going to make a decision who's going to start on Sunday. Either it's going to be Josh Dobbs or Nate or Brandon Allen will get the call on Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals. It's been the injuries just continue, but we're going to go to Kyle Shanahan's presser. We're going to go to his presser coming up in a few moments. The presser is courtesy from 49ers.com and 49ers Web Zone. And then after that, we're going to take a look back at our 49ers radio flashback from the year 1984. We celebrate the 40-year anniversary of the 49ers Super Bowl season. We're going to take you back to 1984, December 29th, 1984. The 49ers taking on the New York Giants in the NFC Divisional Playoffs. The Niners enjoying their bye week after finishing with a record-breaking 15-1 season with the best record in NFL and the highest-scoring team in the NFC. Joe Montana, the top-rated passer in the NFC, while only one other team in pro football scored more points than the Miami Dolphins, who finished with the best record in the AFC with a 14-2 record. They will finish with a 14-2 record. They will with a 14 wins, 2 losses, the second with the highest scoring team in football. Dan Marino, the Dolphins, scoring over 500 points, and they'll be getting ready to take on in the AFC Divisional Playoff, taking on the Seattle Seahawks in a rematch of that playoff game from the previous year, as the Dolphins will take on the Seahawks. We'll give you the recap of that game. We're also going to recap. So here, glad you guys joining us. So right now, without further ado, we're going to first look here Kyle Shanahan's press conference. Then we're going to recap the two playoffs. 1984 Niners taking on the Giants in the NFC Divisional Playoff. This is going to be an intriguing matchup. Then we'll also take a look back. The Niners, of course, on this date, 35 years ago from 1989, were off, but we're celebrating their 35th anniversary. The Niners will take a look at both the NFC, AFC wildcard, NFL wildcard scoreboard, see who the Niners are going to play in the divisional playoffs in the next round. And then Friday, we'll have no podcast tomorrow because of New Year's Day, but on Friday, we will take a look back of the AFC, both the NFC, AFC wildcard round from 1994. See who the Niners will play in the divisional playoff the following week. So we're going to right now take this. We're going to take now the Kyle Shanahan's presser, a recap from yesterday, and we're going to hear that press conference right now, talking about for the presser he had earlier today, recapping last night's game and the status of Brock Purdy.
Yeah, that was the only one that wasn't clean. Still needs to make it, but that was the one that wasn't a clean one.
Kyle, with the news on Purdy, how relieved are you with what you're playing? So we can anticipate the start on Sunday against the Cardinals.
I'm relieved, but I wasn't too concerned. I mean, I wasn't too worried about it just with the information we had last night. So it's good to just hear the same thing today. And we're just starting really early right now. I'm trying to catch up with Arizona. Decide that later today.
The offensive line did the two tackles and alternate.
I thought under the circumstances they did a hell of a job. Just coming in this week and learning the offense and going out there, and both of them kind of sharing the responsibility, rotating, and thought they really competed well. And I thought the game went well. Where we got to avoid a lot of third downs in the game, which helped. And but I thought those guys stepped it up big time for the situation they were in. I'm real proud of them.
Kyle, looking at the inconsistencies on defense, there are a lot of good plays where the tackles a lot that pass breakups, and others where there are explosives allowed. Was there anything? Is it missed assignment? Is it, I don't know, lack of concentration? What is the issue on the defense?
I mean, one, they're going against a very good offense. We're going to challenge them in all areas. Their talent, all of the above. So I think that they've done that to a number of teams this year. I think there were two, there's short motions and stuff in man coverages when you get the back. You got to communicate and get those guys drop the guy, which they make it tough on you. But those are ones that led to two big plays. I thought our tackling wasn't great at the beginning, especially. Tough back to get down, but if I was the angles and stuff, would have got a chance to make the third down better. And didn't track very well at all. So there's a number of things, but you got to be on it versus an offense like that. And I thought we were at times, but not enough. They made us bet.
Kyle, do you have an update on Carberry's Lord?
Yeah, he should be coming back here later today.
And can you reveal the personal reason?
Kind of, he hasn't yet. I should let him do that, but it's positive stuff. I'd like to, but I just haven't talked to him, so I'll let him do that. I haven't seen him today yet, no. We talked to him last night.
What was with Derek last night? I don't want to know if you want to do even on summary, but how has he handled this year?
I mean, I think he's handled this year head on. He hasn't ran from anything. He's attacked everything. Plays as hard as he can and works as hard as he can, and comes in always on Mondays and Tuesdays and states the truth of everything. He comes back and grinds, tries to get better. So I guess I can talk about it more at the end of the year, but I thought last night, he was disappointed in the turnovers, disappointed in the loss. Just kind of how he always is.
Kyle, what was the
That's why I don't want to buy it.
Which one?
You buy it, it's new, you wash it, and it's gonna be good.
It wasn't an issue. We just had a soft cloud that just driving the ball hard enough.
Kyle, look at left tackle was
Yeah. You're gonna play both of them and share the challenge.
And how did you feel?
Sorry, you broke up.
And how did you feel their performance was?
I was real proud of them. I thought they, I don't think I've ever had to start a guy who was on a different team's practice squad a week before. So for those guys to come in during Christmas week and really just figure out the language so they could do their assignments right, and then get out there on Monday Night Football and try to perform too. I earned a lot of respect from those guys.
My foot was white when I got here.
Kyle, did you look at the Carousel game last night? It was a breakout.
More of a culmination. I mean, I think that's the hardest thing with wide receivers in this day and age, that everyone's judged off of their stats, which can tell a lot sometimes, but that's just when they get the ball or not, and that's not always based off of what they do. And that's based off of circumstances that happen with the other 21 players on the field. It's a lot to keep the players really good games and have no numbers. There's nothing he did wrong about it. People act like he did it because you see those numbers from guys when they touch the ball. So I was happy that he got more opportunities, that it worked out that way. And when he did, he came through with them and showed stuff that we like about him, so everyone can see it.
Kyle, did you have a lot of some of those games in Texas? And how really good game of this?
So that's how all of mine were. I could have just got the ball more. We'll be playing. Yes, he would. Right now, it's not looking like that.
Kyle, yesterday, Kyle yesterday said to Tim California that you and John Lynch are not going anywhere. I assume that that's been the deal between you and the organization for a while, but just hearing that, does that make you feel more confident in your future with 49ers?
Not really. So confident. We've got a good relationship with Jed, and we speak almost every day. So hearing stuff in the media doesn't really change much for me. It's some more what I have between him and myself.
And that relationship has always been open and consistent.
Yeah, definitely. Jed is very easy to talk to. We've known each other here for now 8 years, and feel very fortunate for how he is, the good and the bad, and communication really never changes regardless of what's going on.
Your bill, ladies.
I got it. No, you don't. Yes, I did.
People with the Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card prefer to pay because they earn unlimited 2% cash back on purchase.
All right, that was Kyle Shanahan. His meeting with the press earlier in the day. It was in his presser saying that both Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch is not going nowhere. He told that to Tim Kawakami from the San Francisco Standard. That's a great website. Check out him and Dave Lombardi for all the 49ers latest news. I'm going to try to get one of those two, either or one of them on the recap this disappointing season once this season concludes, because we won't be going anywhere. We'll be giving you some 49er content during the off season. There's no off season, like they say, no breaks for the off season. As we go forward, the recap the season where the Niners go from here. So both of them are not going nowhere. Both Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch both in this wrapping up their 8th season here together. Was not that long ago when this team was kind of in shambles trying to rebuild. So they're not going anywhere, and I think it's a good thing. Some of the good stuff Kyle said in his conference call with the media a little over 2.5 hours ago. So Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah, so it's just this was one of those years that happened 4 years ago. By the way, this is the first time the Niners will not be going to postseason in a full, normal, non-pandemic year. Well, these last couple of games have no bearing for the first time since 2018, and we are gonna so. It's just one of those years, the Niners, trying to, hopefully they can finish the season on a positive note. They'll play the Cardinals Sunday, 1:25 as the kickoff. That will be on Fox. And it's for the Detroit Lions. They will play the Vikings. This is for the division championship. This is probably one of the biggest Week 18 games, regular season finales in recent memory. It was 5 years ago with the Niners taking on the Seahawks for the NFC West and the number 1 seed in the NFC for the Niners. We were there, of course, 5 years ago in that over at Kezar Pub. And then not to mention another game in recent memory, had the division title and home field advantage. 1993 when the Cowboys took on the New York Giants in that final game of the regular season. Emmitt Smith playing with a separated shoulder. The Cowboys ended up beating the Giants in overtime to win the NFC East outright and clinch home field advantage throughout the playoffs. So the Niners just trying to finish the season on the pot, trying to salvage something. It's been a disappointing season with injuries. With the injuries, the situation what happened with both Trent Williams and Charvarius Ward, losing both kids prematurely, and of course Ricky Pearsall getting shot down near Union Square in downtown San Francisco back in late August, just before the start of the season. Which, by the way, he had a monster day, career game. He's nominated for the Pepsi Player of the Week coming up. So I wanted to take a look at his numbers and his early career. He had a great game last night after a tough one against the Dolphins the previous week when he got flagged twice for illegal formation. That was the difference in the Niners' loss. So and then also the 49ers assigned an offensive lineman to the practice squad. Drake Greenlaw will be going on, and they have and will have placed him on IR officially. So his season is a wrap. Won't be playing this on Sunday. So they're going to just,
They're not getting your stuff at home, but then they're getting their
So the Niners also signed offensive lineman Zach Johnson to take his place on the roster. He entered the NFL after signing with the Packers as an undrafted free agent on April 29, 2020. He spent his time with the Cardinals, Broncos. So he's kind of been that journeyman. 27-year-old from Apple Valley in Minnesota. He attended North Dakota State University as Greenwald. Only started 2 games. He had 9 tackles for the season. And then also Ricky Pearsall has also been named the FedEx Ground of the Week, Pepsi Zero Sugar Rookie of the Week. He ended up having 8 passes for 141 yards and a touchdown. He added 2 carries, 6 grounds, 147 all-purpose yards. He's been nominated for the Pepsi Zero Sugar Rookie of the Week for Week 17. So congratulations to Ricky Pearsall. Coming up next, we'll take this time out. And then when we come right back, we will go into our Niners, or coming up now, we're going to our Niners Radio Flashback, take you back to the 1984 NFC Divisional Playoffs. 49ers taking on the New York Giants with the best record. 49ers finishing with a 15-1 season. We looking back at their 40-year anniversary of their Super Bowl season of 1984. And then we'll look at that, 1989, the Niners' 35th anniversary, the wild card round. Niners were off that week. We'll recap the wild card games from the first round. And then, so I believe Friday, we'll be doing the recap of the 49ers, or the other half of the 94 wild card, who the Niners will play in the divisional round. So, without further ado, Professor B, 49ers, Radio 49, we're now at a segment. Niners Radio Flashback, Niners Giants, December 29th, 1984, which begins right now.
Or you're just going to meet them somewhere.
Like luxury car owners, 49er fans had good reason to toot their horns in 1984. By putting up their antennas, they were able to focus on a solid, state-of-the-art football team that often appeared larger than life. The 49ers' exciting style of play provided their fans with a license to let go.
The fans mean everything to us, and I think that they've been a big reason for our success, and all I can say to them is thank you.
The second largest crowd in Candlestick Park history turned out for a divisional playoff contest against the New York Giants. Joe Montana's 3 first-half touchdown passes ignited an 11-point halftime lead that gave the defense the kind of breathing room it needed to smother Phil Simms. Simms was sacked 6 times, and the defense also forced 3 turnovers. With a 21-10 victory, the Niners were headed for their 3rd NFC Championship game in 4 seasons. And after cutting the Giants down to size, they were primed to rip the stuffing out of the Chicago Bears. Despite the Bears' reputation for playing physical football, the 49ers...
All right, that was a recap. The Niners were winners over the New York Giants by a score of 21-10 in that NFC divisional playoff game, as that was the late game of 4 o'clock Eastern Time, 1 o'clock Pacific. Before we recap that game, we'll recap the early game from that divisional playoff on a Saturday, December 29th, late December day, 1984, which, by the way, it was yours truly's birthday on Sunday. Of course, turning 48, and that was the day I turned 8 years old in 1984. Here is We are going to continue on Niners Radio 49ers Live this afternoon. 5 minutes past the top of the hour, 2 o'clock. We're going to just take this quick time. We're going to continue on Niners Radio 49. We'll look back at the 1989 NFL playoffs. And, of course, we'll do the We'll take a look back at the postseason 1989 NFL playoffs from 1989. 35 years ago today, the 49ers, of course, and the wild card round, it was the LA Rams, the Rams who finished with 11-5, finished 4 games behind the Niners. They're taking on, or 3 games behind the Niners, correction. They're taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, Buddy Ryan and the Philadelphia Eagles at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. That's the early game. And then the late game is the Houston Oilers hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers down at the Astrodome in Houston. So we'll take a look at this. And it was the for the divisional playoff in the the divisional playoff with the Eagles being eliminated, the Rams knocking out the Eagles. The Niners would face the NFC Central Division champion Minnesota Vikings at Candlestick Park, while they'll host them in the divisional playoff, while the Minnesota Vikings, they'll play the Minnesota Vikings in that top-ranked defense, while the Rams would travel to the Meadowlands to take on the New York Giants in the NFC divisional playoffs, and then they'll play at Giant Stadium. Niners will play the Vikings on a Saturday, and then the New York Giants would play the Rams at Giant Stadium. And then in the AFC, the Steelers will advance to travel out to out west Mountain High to take on the Denver Broncos in the AFC divisional playoff at Mile High Stadium in Denver. And then the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills, who were off on the wild card weekend on New Year's Eve, they would hook up the following Saturday at Cleveland's Municipal Stadium. We will recap those games next week, and we will get ready to take this final time out, and then we'll have a 49ers feature. And I'm Professor B for Niners Radio 49. We'll be right back.
Hello, faithful. Welcome back to 49ers Tailgate Treats presented by Safeway. I'm your host, Brianna McDonald, and I am with Levi Stadium Executive Chef, Chef Alvin. Chef Alvin, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you doing today?
Awesome. I'm doing great. I can't wait to get into this. Today, Chef Alvin is going to be teaching us how to make brisket lasagna, a heavier lift than nachos. About how much longer does this take than just a quick put together?
Oh, this one takes a while because we do have to smoke the brisket.
Yeah, tell me some tips and tricks from Chef Alvin on how to smoke the best brisket.
Low and slow, nice and seasoned, and just take your time and just watch your temperatures so you don't want to overcook it.
Well, give us a big overview about how long will it take to put this together and what are the ingredients they need to make this.
Besides smoking the brisket, this should take an hour with all cooking time involved. We have, of course, our smoked brisket, your favorite barbecue sauce, provolone cheese, cheddar cheese, and in this case, this is goat cheese for a little creaminess.
Nice. And so this is the brisket. Are these two different ways to cut it up, to put it in the lasagna?
These are
Tell me
two
about
different
this.
ways. We shredded this one. I chopped this one up because we'll have both.
All right, so faithful, get some time ready to make this one, but it will absolutely be worth it. Chef Alvin, what are the first steps to making this dish?
We sauce the bottom just a little bit. You don't want to go too heavy on this one. It might burn. So just a little, you want some moisture. A little sauce on the bottom. Don't need much. And then we're gonna start with our pasta sheets. Lasagna sheets work well. I actually have a pre-cooked product. So lasagna, and we're gonna go, in this case, we're gonna do the shredded brisket. So, nice layer of our brisket.
All right, now, Chef Alvin, how do you prepare your brisket?
Salt, pepper, our favorite brisket seasoning, which I'm not gonna tell you, that's our secret, our little recipe. And then we use applewood to do smoking, and it's 8 to 10 hours.
All right, and how do the faithful like it?
I can't make enough of this.
Definitely a fan favorite. All right.
So, nice layer of brisket on the bottom, and then we're gonna layer with the cheese. You can go heavy on the cheese. And we're using 3 kinds of cheeses in this case. Cheddar, provolone, and a surprise of little goat cheese for creaminess. This kind of takes the place of ricotta in a traditional lasagna. And then we just go with another layer of pasta, and then we'll repeat.
All right, faithful, this is the gorgeous final product once all the layers are put together. About how many layers are in this lasagna?
3 layers of everything.
All right, this is how it's gonna look once it's all put together. How long do you cook it for?
So we'll wrap this up, put it in a low oven because it is barbecue sauce, it might burn a little bit. So lower oven, about 300 degrees, takes about an hour.
Any special tips or tricks you want to give the faithful as they assemble this one?
The only thing, take the foil off so the cheese will brown nicely at the end. Probably the last 10 minutes.
Sounds good. Let's go put it in the oven. All right, we're back. After cooking in the oven for about an hour, this is how it looks. Chef Alvin, it looks amazing. Can't wait to dig in. It smells amazing. And we're ready for game day. All right, let's dig in.
Brisket lasagna.
Delicious. It looks amazing and faithful. We cannot wait for you to try this brisket lasagna, a Chef Alvin special. You can get all of your ingredients at your local Safeway. Happy cooking and go Niners.
All right, that's that segment. Brianna McDonald from team reporter for 49ers.com. That was a great segment. I'd like to thank the 49ers.com for all the footage we've gotten throughout all the year this season for on and off the field and all that stuff. All this year, on the field special segments and courtesy from 49ers.com. So that's going to do it now on Niners Radio 49, 49ers Live, a special edition of 49ers Live, Monday, edition, the Aftermath. We'd like to thank all of you for watching 49ers Live all throughout this this season. It's been a difficult year after. It's been going on almost 11 months since the Niners had lost that Super Bowl, almost going on as on the final day of this 2024 season of losing that Super Bowl with all the injuries, and don't want to beat a dead horse, and everything. Sometimes in life, it's life lessons to be learned from this. Coming back from a Super Bowl loss like this and all the injuries, and hopefully maybe to come out of this they can get some rest, and it's probably the best thing that could happen. And I'd like to thank all of you for watching today on Niners Radio 49. This final coup de grace, the final coup de grace for 2024. Within the final hours, in case if you're going out tonight, please be safe out there. Please, if you're going to drink, it's good to have a fun time. Drink. Please drink responsibly. If you don't feel like driving, always there's a Lyft, there's Waymo, Lyft, Uber, public transportation here in the Bay Area, or wherever United fans are going to be planning to travel, local transportation in your local area. Please don't drink and drive. Don't get behind that wheel. And then if you plan to smoke anything, no drinking, no buzz driving. Buzz driving is considered. Just be safe out there. We want you to get back here safely. I'd like to thank all of you all year long. As you're truly getting ready to conclude its third season as the Mediator Information Director for Niners Radio 49, taking over this some 3 years ago, back at the end of the 2022 year, after the taking over for Brian Bauer and for Dina Howard. I'd like to thank both of them for all year long what they have done. Brian Bauer mentoring me and changing the with the adding new stuff and during this period of transition. The last 3 years have been very challenging for yours truly. Of course, when I took over Niners Radio 49 at the end of the 2002 or the 2021 season, after the Super Bowl, after the season concluded, making that transition to a full information director, getting promoted full time. I told Brian, hey, if you guys don't want to do it anymore, I want to continue the legacy, the passing the torch. And unfortunately, some unfortunate circumstances I had no control when I was doing University of San Francisco Dons baseball. And you all know the story when that happened. I kind of went and shut down. We never got a chance to do a full off season for Niners Radio 49. Never got a chance to do the full free agency signing period or the draft because of that long hiatus that went on. But I think as time has gone, the last 3 years, the setbacks I've had from other events I've done has really, I've grown, and I'm more of a stronger person, more determined. And one of the big stories, even though despite the one main victory off the field is Niners Radio 49 getting some funding for winning the Boost Awards back a little close to over 2 months ago, back in mid-October, getting that award and just really setting the stage for not only for Niners Radio 49, but for Satellite Digital Media, our main cognate, our main flagship, to give you all this coverage and all of our affiliates as well. So thankful all you faithful all year long. I'd also like to thank other people like Antonio Varlo, Jay Esperanza, Trey Bracewell, her husband Chuck, who just, by the way, just recently turned celebrating his 50th birthday. Shout out to you, Chuck, if you're you and Trey. Best hospitality, the 408 chapter, Care for You squad. We do that on 49ers Tailgate all year, which, by the way, later this week we'll have our final 49ers Tailgate show of 2024. I just got done taping yesterday over at the stadium in Santa Clara, recapping our final show of the year. And we'll go behind the scenes. You're going to really like this adventure, a little behind the scenes of Monday Night Football, and talk with the fans of what the Niners are going to do this off season. And that's going to be that. So tomorrow, what's going to happen, there'll be no podcast tomorrow because I'm going to join New Year's Day with some family members, go with the family, going to visit some relatives. We're not going to have 49ers live tomorrow. We'll be back on Friday. Friday we'll preview the Niners and Cardinals. I'm going to try to get Dave Murphy from Big Sky Sports to come on our podcast on Friday. We preview Niners and Cardinals. And then we're going to do a Niners radio flashback from 1994. Niners on recap both the NFL wildcard playoffs from January 1st, 1985. In addition, we're going to do a 10-year retrospect in our Niners Radio 49 flashback. Also, a look back of the Jim Harbaugh press conference of Jed York and the former Niners general manager at the time, Trent Baalke. Replay of that press conference from 2014 when the Niners parted ways with Jim Harbaugh. We're going to take a look back in a retrospect for where we are then and where we are now. Congratulations, Jim Harbaugh, getting the Chargers back into the playoffs. 4 of the last 5 years, if you include this year, he's taken every team to the playoffs in his first year there. Jim Harbaugh, who took over the Niners in 2011. I remember I was at that press conference 13 years ago on that cold, raw January day down at the, I believe it was the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, and we was at that press conference. We got a chance. Jed York was talking with the media people. I think a lot of people from NFL Network. I think it was Michelle Beisner, who is married to Joe Buck for Monday Night Football, is there. Also, others, media personnel locally was there at that press conference, yours truly. So you're going to enjoy that treat, a retrospect of Jim Harbaugh and the Niners, and for the 4 years he was there. Look back at that press conference and look where we are now currently with the state of that. And then on Sunday, 49ers Live will be on location for our final post-game live on location. Niners and the Cardinals will be live after the game. Niners take on the Cardinals on Sunday, 1:25 kickoff. That will be on Fox Sports, the exclusive network home of the Super Bowl. By the way, the 49ers, with that loss last night on Monday Night Football, is guaranteed that they will finish last place. They will have the 2025 schedule. They will play they'll get the NFC outside. They'll get the NFC West. They will get the NFC South, which that means both Atlanta and Carolina will be coming out to the Mecca next year, and then they'll go travel to the Superdome to take on the New Orleans Saints, a team rebuilding. A lot has changed in recent years since Sean Payton left there, and then since the retirement of Drew Brees. We'll be going and then they'll get the NFC East. They'll have the New York Giants, maybe the worst team in football. They got a win last Sunday over the Indianapolis Colts, pretty much eliminate them from the playoffs. The question, who's going to be their quarterback, Deion Sanders' kid or the kid from the University of Miami? And then the Niners will have an interconference game. Niners will travel up to Northern Ohio to take on the Cleveland Browns for the second time in 3 years. They'll take on the Cleveland Browns in an interconference game. So we got a lot. There'll be no off season. Of course, we'll be hopefully in the coming days and weeks, we'll be trying to get Matt Mayoko for 49ers Insight for NBC Sports Bay Area to come on our podcast, recap the season as we look ahead towards the 2025 season. So right now, I'd like to thank all of you guys, and also thank also a special shout out to the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Great hospitality, great place to do podcasts all through the year. All you Niner faithful came by my spot doing the. We thank you very much. All throughout the year. As we're getting ready to bring in 2025. Of course, next year, Super Bowl 60 in 26 will be coming back to the Bay Area, and we really want to be there. We really want to be there for Niners Radio 49, part of our satellite digital media. And the thing is, in 2025 is reaching new heights. So we're just soaking it in for the last few minutes. We're at 2:35. We're 5 minutes past the bottom of the hour, 25 minutes before the top of the hour. So we're going to wrap it up. Yes. I'd like to thank all of you from all year long for watching us on Niners Radio 49. I know it's been a tough year for you Niner faithful, and, and we'll have, when we have our first podcast, we'll be back Friday. It'll be January 2nd, the new year of 25. We'll preview Niners and Cardinals. We're going to hopefully try to get my man, Dave Murphy from Big Skies Sports Network as he covers the Arizona Cardinals, and we'll preview 49ers and Cardinals on Friday. I'm going to try to shoot him a text later today. I got so much to do today. I got to go over and we're going to got a few things to pick up for New Year's, and then we're going to go to my best friend's brother's house. Me and him, both birthdays was on Sunday. We're going to celebrate a little belated birthday, have a little cake or something, and then so we're going to we're a few hours away from 25, and we're going to and on my flagship station later today, this evening, we're going to have 2024 year-end review on Satellite Digital Media. So we're going to let this All Lang Syne by the great Guy Lombardo marinate. So as we are the last few hours of 25, as we get towards we're probably about at least 10 hours away from midnight. And we're getting ready to sign off. So for all of you, on behalf of the 49ers organization, the faithful, Professor B signing off for this afternoon. 49ers Live here for 2024. And we're going to sign off. Wish all of you and your family, the faithful, have a happy 2025. Professor B signing off. You're watching 49ers Live Monday, special Monday, Tuesday edition on Niners Radio 49. Have a happy New Year, everybody, as we're going to so we're going to try to So we're going to hit again one more time. So as we're getting ready to call it a wrap for 2024, hope you and your family have a very blessed, happy 2025. Professor B here at the Starbucks here in San Francisco. We'll let this marinate one more time. Tough year for the 49er faithful. 11 months ago around this time, we stewarded that heartbreaker to the Chiefs in Super Bowl 58. Then, all the contracts and holdouts and stuff, and, and then you see what's happened with 2 players losing kids, and then Ricky Pearsall getting shot, But we have so much to be thankful for. Yours truly. Around this time a year ago, a lot of uncertainty what they're going to be doing for my other network, podcasting for baseball at college level. And now I'm back going to be doing, this new year, going to be doing college baseball for the California Golden Bears. And we, thankful to get another opportunity. So, these final hours of 24. But we have so much to be thankful for in 2024. And 25 is going to be bigger and better. With the Super Bowl 60 be coming back to the Bay Area for the second time at Levi's Stadium and for only the third time ever in this rich Bay Area sports tradition known as the City by the Bay. And we're going to have bigger and better things in 24. Trying to up-ramp a lot of stuff, me and like to again thank Antonio Arvalo Productions for all of our tailgate shows and did some of our podcasts post-game over at the Gold Bar Whiskey. They had a nice event last Sunday over in San Jose. Ricky Waters was in the house, and I told Antonio yesterday I just couldn't make it because I wanted to celebrate my birthday with my church family, though. So that kind of wraps up a bowl. Another year, another dollar, another podcast. We just hope the Niners can get back there with a better team, a healthy roster, and 25 will be different. On behalf of everybody, Professor B signing off. Niners Radio 49. You enjoy your pleasant, good day, and Happy New Year, everybody. I will talk to you again on Friday. Niners Radio 49 is a presentation of Satellite Digital Media, 49ers Live. Every team has a fan, every fan has a voice. The network home of champions. Take care.